Hello, everyone. I would like to welcome you at our next session of the webinars called BIM for Manufacturer. Today, we're planning to cover a quite special topic because we will talk about the new BIM platform of Uponor. If you're not familiar with our webinars, I would warmly welcome you and invite you to visit our website, where within the menu you can find the recordings from the previous sessions. So if the topic of BIM for Manufacture is relevant for you, I would definitely recommend you to visit our previous sessions. The recording from this session will be available in the second part of March, so if you always wanted to be up to date, I warmly welcome you to participate in the live event. And during today's session, our main guest will present a new BIM platform of Uponor. The person who is going to tell about it has over 10 years of experience working for different, let's say, companies, starting from designers and planners through general contractors, and of course, in the end, for manufacturers. And our today guest is Michał Ledziński, BIM Center Team Lead for Uponor. Hello, Michał.
Hello, good afternoon. Thank you for the invitation.
I'm sure that if you participated in the previous session, you are familiar with Adam Końca, the product owner and the main project manager of BIM Streamer, which will also support Michał in describing the platform from more technical part, as he was actively participating in the project of incorporating the BIM Streamer at Uponor. And during today's session, we will divide the session. Oh, sorry, Adam, forgot to give you a speech. So during today's session, we will divide the webinar into three sections. In the first section, we will describe the reasons why the Uponor actually decided to get into the BIM, get into BIM content management, and introduce the new BIM platform. In the second part, we will cover more like the reasons why or the challenges that they had to face and how these challenges were addressed. And the third part will actually cover the real demo of the platform. So Michał would like to present you how the new Uponor BIM platform actually looks like. So in the first part, let's talk about the reasons behind setting up the BIM platform at Uponor. And Michał, the stage is yours.
Hello, good afternoon once again. So I hope that I will explain you the motivation and challenges in this project, and also give you the overview of the project, of solutions we have implemented. We don't have enough time for going to the details, but still, as I said, hope that on the general level you will get information useful information for you for your project, if you are right now in the process of the project or before implementation of the similar solutions, or you are starting maybe your journey with BIM right now. So I hope that this presentation and my comments and my experience will be useful for you. So starting with the motivation. So why we have started this complex project called BIM platform at Uponor. Of course, as always, the customers is someone who is the most important for us, and the customers' needs, customers' requirements, way of work is really interesting for us. And if our customers are using the BIM, this is obvious that we should also provide the BIM solution for the daily business to make them life easier and to be selected in the project. And this is obvious. So market trends is something what is for sure motivating companies to invest. But this is from the technical point of view and from the customer's point of view. obvious. What is not obvious for sure for the high management level in all of the corporations and companies. So always in big projects, the business motivation, the business opportunity to earn the money, to generate revenue is a basic what we have to analyze before starting the project. And this task we have done also at Uponor before deciding anything. So what we have done, we have analyzed the market. We have analyzed the spendings on the European market, and the conclusions of this analysis, to not go into the detail, was that 40% of the commercial building spendings on the European market are processed in BIM, and that key message create the I would say opened eyes for our management people for starting the discussion. And this analysis also gave us the information how much exactly we can invest to get the revenue, to not develop something what will be not used and just spend the money, but to develop something what is needed by the customers and is aligned with the budget and the business plan of the project. So first motivation, maybe not the first motivation, but the main motivation to make a decision to take step further was a business opportunity and explanation to the high management level people that there is a business behind. There is not only like my wish or my team wish or market trends, but there is the business reason to invest and to expect the revenue. Good. So besides the business, of course, motivation, as I said, we had a lot of technical motivation, a lot of information from the customers, from the market, what is needed, how is needed to be developed, and so on. To explain you how we came to the decision about the final architecture of this system, we have to come back to the past, so to year 2014, when we at Uponor, when we started to offer first BIM content for the customers, what had a place in the UK unit. So the guys responsible there for the BIM models creation created the Revit packages for our customers, and all of them were created in-house by them and controlled manually, built manually, and that was the beginning. Of course, we wanted to expand this visibility on the market, visibility of the BIM offer on different markets, not only UK, and having in mind that all of these products which are available on UK market are available in a different way in the different markets, we had a problem that we realized that there is too much manual work to update, to build this content, to make a diversity of the availability of the Revit families, at least Revit families, data, updating data, and so on. And that started our discussion, what to do to avoid manual work, and by avoiding manual work, to avoid data mistakes, what was also our motivation to just answer on this issue, because if you imagine that one data mistakes can be implemented in different projects in different countries, and it works like a domino, then it is really dangerous for the company like Uponor, because on the wrong data, wrong things can be designed and finally executed on the site. So So we can see some issues on the site, many different stories. We don't have enough right now time to discuss this topic like examples, but generally we are aware how many mistakes can be on the site, on the execution, and the design can be done on the mistakes taken based on the mistakes in the BIM content. That's why those are two basics technical motivation we had in the past, and we wanted to answer. The third one was lack of quality control. So once again, back to the 2014 and the situation when Uponor was providing the BIM content only for the UK market, and we had some customers working on different markets like Finnish market, Polish or German market, and there was no availability of some of the content prepared on this market. So the answer was that some of the customers created these models on their own, or some of the models were taken from the UK library. Some of them were created by customers. Some of library were created, for example, for Finnish market by local companies like Magic Cloud, by another company like BIM Object, or maybe another content was created on the Dutch market by our partner. So we had a lot of different set of packages after a few years. Totally different quality, totally different like a naming structure, construction of the models, data inside, and no process of controlling updates and so on. So even the customers had access to the pure quality models, then still they were not sure that they are working with always up-to-date content, that these products are available, and based on these products, this system is doable, because if content was created in 2014, it doesn't mean that it is this product is still sellable in 2017. So customers can work on the products which are not existing in the reality, what is not prototyping. So it is not BIM, but it is just drawing your imagination. So this lack of quality was also a big problem for us, and the topic we wanted to solve. Finally, automation needs in the dynamic changing environment. So we have observed market that there is a lot of finally standards coming to the market, ISO 19650 or ISO 23886 or team classification. Many different classifications or standards are coming to the market. And even those which I have mentioned on the beginning, so ISO standards will be the mainly used, then we are fully aware that those standards will not answer on all of the specific market needs, standard needs, but also customers needs, because we have to take into account that still we have a big players on the market, big general contractors, which are not maybe they have individual internal processes of the BIM internal standards, and this is something what even the ISO will be available. Then it is not something what can be not fully I would say implemented by them. So we would like to answer on the specific needs. And we are fully aware that this environment will be changing day by day, requirements from the market. That's why our idea and motivation was to take step further to create the system, to build the system on the automation and the configuration that will answer on the questions in the future. And we will be ready if any needs, individual needs from the market will be ready, and there will be the business reason to implement new standards, new requirements about the data, about the configuration of the data, whatever, then we are ready, because we have built this system based on the data. So this is data-driven system, but also based on the flexibility, automation, and configuration. And that those four were our technical motivation, built on the experience we had from 2014 to 2020, and still we are learning, because, as I said, this is dynamic changing environment. So we don't know how will look the industry, how will look the BIM in the future, if there will be BIM version 2.0. But still, we, as I said, we are trying to be as much flexible, as much automated as it is possible to answer on this market needs. Good. Challenges.
Challenges when it comes to introducing the BIM platform. So as far as I understand, the motivation is one topic, but when it comes to challenges, probably you need to face some of them. If you could put some more light on that as well, it would be nice.
Okay, good. So as I have started with the business motivation, I would like to start also with the business challenges. So based on our experience, what was the one of the biggest challenge for us was the decision about the investments. So the same what I said on the beginning, if the company, if the bigger company, then the process of the decision approval is longer, and that was in our case as well. Our project, what you will see on the next slide, was the complexity of project was very on a very high level. Yeah, you will see this one on the numbers. Working from the central position for the whole European, all the European countries in the building and infrastructure segments. So this decision process was really challenging for us. How we finalized this one, we have prepared very deep analysis of the market from the technical point of view and from the business point of view. So as I said on the beginning, in the first slide, the 40% of the total spendings in Europe was not only one conclusion. Of course, those analyses were so deep, so detailed to answer also on the market, specific market potentials and so on. And this convinced high level management team to invest, because based on these numbers, of course, we have prepared also the business case, how much we can invest to get the revenue in a proper timeline. Of course, we have prepared also the market analysis of the vendors and technical needs of our customers. So we have collaborated with our partners, with our key customers, discussing about the needs, about the work habits. And based on this, we have created, and also based on our experience, because our team, central team, is built. This is the basic assumption that we are hiring in the team only the people with the high hands-on experience to answer on the real needs. And this is something what we are just differ from the others, that we would like to not just talk about the BIM, but we would like to provide solutions which are reliable and used by the customers. So based on this knowledge from the customer, like a feedback from the customers, we have created the vendors market analysis. So who can be our partner in the creation of this system? And that was also challenging because this process was complex. We had in the analysis process 7 or 8 companies, and our I would say the values we were looking for in this process first of all was the flexibility of this vendor, flexible approach to solving the problem. So we have seen a lot of companies similar to BIM Streamer who provided similar services, but still that was basic on the already built infrastructure or on the system. So this their, I would say, flexibility to making changes, adjustment, and tailor-made solutions for our needs was not so so big. That was not so on a big level. That's why we have decided finally on the BIM streamer. But generally, in the final stage of the decision, who will be our vendor and this market analysis, we had from these 8 countries from different regions, because we had countries from North America, we had companies from North America, from Scandinavia, Belgium, Netherlands, Poland, and Germany. So those 8 countries were in the first stage. In the final stage, we had three final companies. We asked them for creating the pilot and answering on the, I would say, or proving the offer, because we also see that some of the companies in general on the market, there is a lot of companies, startups, who are just talking that we are able to do this one, but finally there is no, I would say, there is no experience behind, just marketing. That's why we have started this pilot phase with those 3 selected companies to the final stage. And why it was challenging, also because of the, as I said, complexity. It took for us, as I remember, about 8 months to make a decision, or even more. Yeah, so that was also a challenge for us. The next challenge, which I have started to describing, was diversity of the BIM market standards and requirements. So based on this feedback from the customers, discussion with them, also researchers on the market, we have noticed that there is a lot of standards, different requirements, and not equally used on the different markets. So at the very beginning, we have just decided that, okay, we will not find the one solution for all of the markets. Of course, we found the compromise for the beginning of the operation of the platform, so like a set of the data which will be used in our BIM models. But finally, what I said on the beginning, we are looking for the automation, flexibility, and configuration possibilities. That's why this system is built today to answer needs. So if any standards needs to be implemented, then we are ready with the engine. We are ready with the architecture to answer these needs. Also, the standard local standards and even end user requirements. This is the like a direction where we would like to follow. So answer on the needs of the market easily and quickly, and leave the decision what kind of data, what kind of formats, what kind of even part of the offers will be used by the end users or customer. So flexibility and the automation and configuration is the answer on this topic. So answer on the challenge about the diversity of the BIM standards and the requirements. Yeah, so that was more or less the business challenges. Yeah.
Okay, and what about the technical ones?
Technical ones. There is hundreds of technical challenges in so complex project. How complex it was, you can see on the numbers. So first of all, the project range was a European range. As I said, the BIM Center at Uponor is working on the segment level, so supporting all of the countries from the BIM Center, as a like a center of the knowledge. 2 sectors, what is really interesting, because not only the building, but also infrastructure. We are selling the products in both segments. So everything what is installed in the building and it is related to the pipes and fittings, but also pipes and fittings and tanks and other infrastructure stuff used in the sewage and drainage systems outside the building. So that was also increasing the complexity of the project. Yeah, finally, 29 countries. 22 languages, because as you will see on the next slide or the presentation, of live demo of the presentation of the platform, you will see that the platform is working in both languages in 2 languages on each channel or in each country. So in English as a basic one and native language of the country as well. So it increases also complexity of everything, data, configuration, relation, and so on. Finally, 3,000 products so far, 700 BIM families, but those are like master information for you, because finally having in mind that on each market the products, these 3,000 products, are offered in different way, different availability of the sizes, different nominations to the systems, different packaging, and so on. So this differs between the markets, and it is, as a consequence, we generated 20,000 Revit families for this platform automatically, and in total 77,000 files, including the DWG, IFC, DXF, and other formats which are available on the platform. So huge numbers, huge complexity of the project, but yeah, that was the challenge, and to imagine how much effort we needed to complete this project, and how really needed was here the automation of this one, comparing to the 2014 year, when all of these updates, all of the content creation was done manually, and that was impossible to control and satisfy the customers without the automation, without the flexibility we were looking for on the market.
Maybe I will add only that, as Michał said earlier, the generation of so many number of files is impossible to do it manually, and the same is when we are talking about maintaining them. So system at the moment is detected what kind of data has been changed for which family, and updates the generated files, only those which needs to be updated. For example, in case there are new attributes for the family which should be added to Revit file, only the Revit file is updated, not the views or DWG files. In case we have new product in the family, we are updating the Revit file and generate the new views and additional BIM files for the new products within these families. We do not have to update the views for another products within this family.
So if you're saying that you're updating the BIM content whenever something changes, so the platform actually detects that, for instance, new attributes needs to be added, or maybe a product evolves. You mentioned about this master data, master models, which may also evolve. What about the situation where, let's say, I'm an investor or a facility manager? I bought Uponor product, let's say in 2020. Today is 2025, and I see a different set of content available on the site. Is it possible for me to also get access to the historical versions?
Yeah, of course. The historical versions are available for the manufacturers on their back office part, which is not available on the market. However, anyone who needs the previous versions of the product, they can call the manufacturer and ask for them, and employees of the manufacturer can find the version they are interested in.
Okay. Michał, you said that when it comes to large corporation, it's also quite important to understand that larger corporation like Uponor extends the decision-making chain. So I can bet that within Uponor, you need to convince lots of internal departments to actually participate in the project, isn't it?
Yes, so this is the next challenge we had during this project. So multidisciplinary collaboration. That's, I would say, obvious. If you are in the big company, you have to collaborate with many different departments, and those departments you can see, all of them are working as a BIM, as the same way as a BIM, like a BIM center, so on the segment level, and that was really important to collaborate them in a efficient and proper way. So to involve them in the project in a proper time, and I would say convince them to join this one effectively, and provide the required documents, assets, other assets, or maybe architecture of the system on the Uponor side, as it is, for example, in case of IT. So the key here to success was a communication, and what is really important, based on our experience, not only a communication about the project progress, deliverables, and so on, so typical project management stuff, but also communication about the BIM. So some trainings, explanation, even to the guys from IT, even to the guys from project information management, so data people who are responsible for the data management on the side of the Uponor, but also legal guys, marketing guys, to explain them what is BIM and what we are doing and why we are doing, because that is easier than later to understand the topic and provide the proper solutions. For example, on the marketing side, we can see on a different assets, different campaigns on the market, that these translations and also like a content of this marketing stuff is touching the topics which are futuristic, I would say, about the BIM, which are not related to the reality, how the people are working. Talking about the robotics, but nobody, but everyone is struggling about the data, also using different not BIM language, like wrong translation. So this is something what we see that is problematic, because these people do not understand the topic. That's why our plan was to update all of these involved teams in the project on the topic as well. So keep them at least with the basics updated. What is the technology about, and what is our key message to the customers, and what is the BIM nomenclature, what kind of words we are using, and so on. So that was our approach. So communication, but also the trainings for these teams.
So you said also something about the data, right? So I'm sure that kind of platforms is great, but it needs a fuel, and I guess the data is the fuel for the platform, right?
Yes, that's true. The data is this system is data driven, as I said. So everything is based on the original Uponor data systems. And this is BIM is about the information, BIM is about the data. So this is here like a basics for us, but about the integration and the challenges with the integration, maybe Adam can tell us something.
Yes, exactly. So thanks, Michał, that you previously said that we are flexible, and that is the way that you choose us, and this is what we have found out during our discussion with many manufacturers. We have discovered that all of them have different needs and different requirements, and to fulfill all of them, we have to be flexible. And the same situation was in case of Uponor. We have seen earlier that there was, at the moment, there is around 700 families, and they are not unique. They are created in a different way. For example, we have master models that are based on lookup tables. We have master models that are based on types, and we have also nested families, which are a combination of those two in different ways. So, for example, we can have the main family, which is based on lookup table and has nested families based on lookup tables or types, and main family based on types, which has nested families based on lookup tables or types. And well, this is just the geometry, and we have to fill those families, not only the main family, but also the nested families, with the technical data, which should be taken from different place. We don't know what kind of place it will be. And the second topic is to adjust those master models for different countries. So we can have their different number of products depending if it's Germany or Poland. For the second point, different sources of data. According to Uponor, Uponor has a few BIM systems from which we had to take the technical data describing the products. However, even when we took the technical data and we have the master models, we still have to know how to combine them and how to handle different requirements for different families. So for this part, we need the third point here, the flexible configuration, where we describe the additional attributes or processes, how and which family should be handled for that special case. The special cases might be, well, we have plenty of them. I remember when we solved one big problem and Michał called me and told, Adam, do you remember when we were talking about this one? Yeah, I remember. Yeah, we have exception for one family. And we have to solve it somehow. So that's how we are doing it. We have some special configuration where we inform the system how to handle every family in case it should be handled in a different way.
So I guess that if we're talking about, Michał mentioned about 3,000 SKUs, so over 70,000 automatically generated product, and all of them, depending on the country's language and some special cases, require sometimes special handling. So I would say that this is a quite huge variety of possibilities of combination. So how would you address that kind of thing?
Yeah, so that was another challenge. So related to the data integration and many options of the BIM model, so variety of the combinations. Yeah, which had the consequences in the design and the development of these BIM models, but finally, what is the most problematic in the testing and operation. So once again, coming back to the 2014, when we had maybe 200 products, few families, then the testing verification maybe was a bit easier. But in case of generating 20,000 different types of the Revit families and 77,000 in general BIM files or CAD files, then verification and testing of this content cannot be done manually for sure. And we have implemented few ways how to control the data, the correctness of the data, but also avoiding the errors. So answering on these errors, based on the experience, like 1 year experience working on this project, we have built the catalog of the bugs, catalog of the errors, which are helping us right now to easy and fast answer on the bugs. But also we have developed some typo corrections in automatic way, because this kind of typo is also existing in the native Uponor PDM systems. That's why we have found a way how correct this one as well. But still, this is something what we are working on. So fully automation of the testing operation to avoid the data mistakes, as I said. And this is on our plans for the future. So auto verification of the generated files, and this is something what is ongoing right now. We are working on this, and also auto BIM content quality testing for all of the models. What else for the future? Because of the strategic reasons, unfortunately I am not able to tell you the details, but for sure you can expect some new releases of the new products, not BIM models, but new products of our offer. So new segments of our offer still in Q1, so in March 21. What we would like to focus on for sure on the aspects configuration and automation, what I explained on the beginning, and with the focus on the customer side. So we would like automate the systems to leave the decision finally to customers, because we are, as I said, fully aware that the customers, even they will have a ISO standard or whatever standard, then some customers will have a different habits, different way of work. That's why this decision, what kind of data they are using, but also what kind of segment of our offer, if it is a BIM library or it is BIM tools or maybe BIM service, this is up to them, and we are open to support at any stage of the project, at any and answer on any needs. So the flexibility and flexibility on our approaches as a support, like a resources support, people support on the local level, is also built on the flexibility.
Okay.
Lot of ideas, as I said, still not I cannot share the details, but you can expect something in the next 1-2 months.
Yeah, and we will definitely notify you about that. So stay tuned and hope that you can subscribe to our newsletter. We will also inform about new solutions incorporated into Uponor BIM platform. Michał, I think that we've described the whole background behind the platform. So the motivation, the challenges from both technical and business perspective. What I think is that if someone from the audience has any questions, I would encourage you to type them in within the chat window. In the next session, we will actually stop talking about the platform and start showing them. Start showing it. But before we do that, maybe Michał, if you could at least put some more light from the bird's eye perspective, how the platform is actually orchestrated, so that when you will be presenting it, the viewers would be able to actually better understand it.
Okay. Yep. So the last slide, I promise, which is theoretical. So yeah, the idea of work and the receipt on and the answer on the challenges, and the answer maybe not on the challenges, but answer on the motivation we had. So the issues, the problems we found out, and also the business. So cost saving in case of the manual work, which is replaced by automation. So this is the idea of work, how the BIM platform is working. So this is the one source of truth for all of the data, Uponor BIM data, whenever and wherever it will be published. So wherever you will be using the BIM content from Uponor, all of this data should come from this system. So starting from the bottom, we have a product geometry drawings. We have a BIM models here in the original PDM system, and also we have a product data, product attributes, BIM, different classification, standard description of the technical attributes, but also we have a catalog description, catalog structure, product availability on the different countries. We have also sellable status, which is telling us if the product is going to be obsoleted or is still sellable or inactive, but also catalog nomination, as I said. So all of this information are filtered, and because not all of the information are are published. We are filtering only this information which we are allowed to publish. So all of this information are combined, synchronized with the BIM models, and this is the way how the BIM model is created and available on a different channels, so different country on the BIM platform. So we have a ready BIM models, ready BIM library, which is then published starting from the left side on the website, so on the platform download, but also our intention is to use the same BIM model, so the same BIM quality for the publishing in external BIM hubs like BIM objects, for example. So we are controlling the quality. The same quality is visible here, the same BIM models, maybe different configuration of the data, but still the quality, the logic, and the intelligence behind the models is the same, and we are controlling this data. Also, the availability in different softwares like I don't know, Magicat maybe. So the same BIM models is landing there, so the customers are using the same quality, the same BIM models. But also we are offering, in our offer, we have a BIM tools and service. So BIM tools are the plugins to different softwares. Right now we are offering one plugin to Revit, but as I said, new products will be released soon, so we can expect new products like new tools, and those tools are also using the same library. So we are controlling our own internal tools, which are available for the customers. We are controlling the content as well. So finally, by the platform, you can get the access to this one, and those tools are using the same BIM library, and our BIM service team. So our team, which is offering the support in the designing the BIM projects, we have this kind of team in the Uponor, is also using the same tools, the same libraries, and finally customers are getting the same content by this part of the service or segment of this segment of the offer as well. So as you can see, this is the way how we are controlling the data, how we are controlling the updates, how we are controlling the quality, and we are ensuring that the customers are working with always up-to-date content. And we are controlling the mistakes, we are controlling or avoiding the mistakes, and we are controlling the process, making sure that the customers, as I said, working with the real product data, real product which are available, so they are able to prototype BIM project, do the prototype, not draw the imagination, because I don't know, one of the fitting is not available on the market. That's why this is imagination. This is our approach to the topic and solving the issues and challenges.
Okay, Michał, thanks very much. I think we got a bit flooded with the questions from the audience. So before we do the demo, let me just read through them. And I would kindly ask you guys to have a short 30-second explanation for the question, because we are a bit behind the schedule. So first question from Andrew: what was the overall time frame of the project? Maybe it's more
overall time of the project. Implementation was between 12 and 18 months. So we were ready after 12 months of the development, but still some involvement on different departments like legal, marketing, transferring the knowledge to the sales people. The launch was postponed a bit. We were worked on during this time on on the improvements, new features, and so on. So finally, it took like 18 months, so 12 to 18 months.
Okay, next question. You spoke about the different classification. Do I have, as an architect, have then the opportunity selecting the classification example COBie, which is relevant for my market or project?
So this is the automation we are working on. So right now we are not describing the content in the COBie standard, but this is on our radar. And as I said, the system is built on the automation. So we are ready to implement this classification, but the matter is only the data which we have to collect and then just publish. And this is also the configuration we would like to provide to you as a customers to describe the content in the way how you would like and how you need to your purposes and different phases of the project. So far, nope. But this is the on our agenda.
All right. And first of all, Stefan says that it's impressive job that you did, Michał. So
Thank you. It's not only my job. We have a great team at Uponor. So and but also
Stefan is also asking about something. So I will complete the statement. So Michał, you are a central BIM project leader. How many people work in your team, central versus local?
So the structure of central team is that we have 6 people in the team working on this project and other project. On the local level, we have in each country 2 responsible people for the BIM rollout or to the market, so spreading out this offer and also supporting the customers. I'm not talking about the BIM service because BIM service team is totally different and is bigger, but from the business reasons, I will not tell you how many people we have right now, but this you can get the information from your local support. The BIM service is a totally different topic.
Okay, now I will ask the last question. We have 2 more in the queue, and if we will find some time at the very end, I will ask them. So last question to, maybe I think this is a question to Adam rather than to Michał. Is the BIM streamer platform exclusive to Uponor, or are there other manufacturers?
Okay, so generally BIM streamer can be provided as in 2 ways, in 2 options. The option of Uponor is a dedicated platform just for them. In that case, the platform can be fully customized for the manufacturer, and actually almost everything can be changed for their special needs. And the second option, how BIM streamer is available, is the SAS option, where manufacturers can use the cloud solution, and as you can imagine, the customization of such implementation is less than the dedicated solution.
Okay.
In case you have more questions, please contact me on brief, and I will answer all your more questions if you have.
Okay, so in general, BIM streamer can be offered as a dedicated installation, so manufacturer can have their own dedicated installation on their servers, and then it's because the BIM streamer is not shared with anyone else, it can be fully customized. But for the smaller project, the manufacturer can use the SaaS option, where the system is stored on BIM streamer server and it's shared across several manufacturers. Is that correct?
Yes, exactly.
All right. Okay, we have 2 more questions. We will try to answer them at the very end of the presentation, but I think that right now it's time to stop talking about the platform and maybe start showing them. So Michał, the stage is yours, and please show us the platform.
Yeah. Okay, I will try to show the main features, the key features of interface, which is available for the customers, because what you have seen on the previous slide, that was like architecture, and there is a lot of feature behind. You will not see on the front page, because those are the features of the back office, which are available through the API and so on. So for the integration with different BIM hubs. So right now I will focus on the interface of the BIM platform, but finally I would suggest to test it on your own, get the feeling, how do you like it, and probably get more impression or the feeling of the platform by doing this testing on your own. Good, so this is the front page. You will see in a few seconds, this is the front page of the BIM platform. As you can see, the BIM platform is working for the 2 sectors, building and infrastructure. The offer is created in the same way, so the BIM library, tools and services also available for both segments. Let's focus on the BIM library. So after entering the BIM library, what customers have to do is check the country, because this is narrowing the portfolio. So after selecting the country, Spain, the product range, so product availability will be narrowed to the limited to the only products available in this country. Both are, as I said, channel, so country is working in 2 languages. So it means that if you will switch into the from English to the native language, then everything is translated, including the content, so including the information in the models. Of course, the platform is available after registration, so you need to just leave the basic data, which we are using just for the identification of the customers. Nothing more, I would say. No analysis like a Facebook is doing, and so on. Just a pure identification of the customers. If you are looking for the products, you can find the products by using the tiles. So this is the structure of the catalog. The same you will find in the printed PDF in the local countries, local units. You can use the short way, so you can go piece by piece, or you can, after the highlighting the tile, you can see what is behind the tile, so pipes, fittings, and Uponor guards, for example. Here I am showing hints for you. So if anyone from you needs the support where these fittings or systems can be used, then there were the hints where it can be used, if it is for the heating, cooling system, or maybe gas system. Here you can find the way how is another option for looking the products. So you can use the product type filters, find categories, but also you can find the products by product name in the search box, by item number, by item class, and also by the Nordic specific classification numbers like VVS, NRF, LVV, and so on. Looking for the products by the name is working in a multilingual solution. So if you are working in the Spanish language, then you can type the Spanish as well. This is the last page of the product. You can see that the formats are available in different languages, native and also English for the Revit format, but also we can download different other CAD formats, and also IFC. We have implemented also the basket function, so you can add more fittings, more products to the basket, and then configure in the basket what finally you would like to download. Maybe one family in Revit family in Spanish, and some DWG drawings just for the one product, not whole family. And after this configuration, you can click download, and everything will be downloaded in the zip file to your desktop. Okay, good. Now we are in the BIM Tools tab. So this is the space where all of the BIM tools will be released and published for you. Right now, as I said, we are offering one plugin. This is a plugin for Revit to, first of all, browse the families, but also to create on the fly the pipe systems with the logic of connections according to availability to the products and so on. You can get all the information on this page and even download the library. Everything is available here for free for you. For some of the services, for some of your countries, the BIM service tab is open, but not for all. So for some of the countries it is closed. So if you are interested in the BIM services, you have to go to the BIM platform, check the region if you have selected the proper country, and then see if it is available. You can see also the design references. After clicking this one, you will be transferred to the 3D virtual environment, and you can see some examples, what was designed and how it was designed. So we can check this one. If you have any questions regarding service, you can click contact us. If you have general questions regarding the BIM, you can use the button contact and find the proper person responsible on the local level for your support. So I recommend to check the this one on your own.
Thanks, Michał. In the second part, you also show us Revit plugin. I know that we are already behind the schedule, but if this is something interesting, then I'm also welcome you to hold on a few more minutes. In the meantime, I'm showing you the registration button for the next webinar, where we will talk about ETIM and ETIM-MC classification together with François Giers, which is experienced in working in this BIM and ETIM-MC data for companies like Zender. And Michał, in the meantime, if you could tell more about the plugin.
Yeah, so BIM Tools, one of the plugin which is right now available, and I showed you that you can download it, is a plugin for, first of all, creation the pipe systems. So if you will click on this button, you can see that you can choose the sector, if it is a building or infrastructure, then country. It's really important because it is limiting you to use the products only available on this country. And then the language of the content, if you would like to have use the BIM families, Revit families in English or in native language. And right now we are starting the configuration of the system. So first of all, you have to choose the system, if it will be the multi-layer pipe system or PEX system, then you are using the pipe you are interested, and you have information where it can be used, in which application, as a hint, and also you have a possibility to load the flexible band fitting. This is for the Revit users. You probably know what is this, so I will not focus on the details. But what is on the general level more interesting, that you have to choose the pipe fittings you will be using. In the project. If you will use the quick and easy system, it will appear. The picture will appear to show you what are the fittings and what is the priority of using those fittings. And after clicking create the pipe system,
there will be no more fitting systems. You can additional fittings
you will see that automatically on the fly will be created routing preferences with the priorities of use, and also with the sizes and the range of the sizes the same as it is available on the market. So it's, as I said in the beginning, it's making you sure that you are working always with up-to-date content and proper configuration, and you don't need too much, I would say, Uponor products knowledge about the logic connection, because this is stored here, and you just need to start drawing the system with the pipes and fittings. Yeah, so this is one feature of this plugin, and second one is BIM library
After the installation of the plugin,
button, so like a copy of the BIM platform. So possibility to browse the same content, BIM libraries directly in the project, and to avoid like a manual copy from the desktop to the project, and so on. You have a possibility to place the models directly from this plugin. What is interesting, that there is a connection between the platform. This tool is based on the data from the platform, so everything is integrated. Whenever data will change on the BIM in the original PDM Uponor system, then it will be changed in the BIM platform and in the plugins as well. So it is, as I said, data-driven system. You have a connection to the platform, so you can see also the same options like a basket feature, but also by the connection. What I meant by the connection, you will see this one probably right now, that you are able to see the data of the products in the more detailed way. If you are interested, here is a button for changing the view. So if you would like to know what are the products inside,
included
here
in
is
particular
here is the
Revit
information.
panel.
But if you
By
would like to
clicking
get more
More
information,
Details button, you will be directed to
you
the
can click
product
on the
page
more
on the
details, and we
Uponor
are
BIM
moved to
platform, where you can find
the BIM
all
platform
important
to check
information about the product. Finally,
attributes,
when you
if
collect
the
all
products are
required
proper,
models, you can
if
go to
the
the
materials
basket
are
where you can
okay, if
once
this
again
can be
verify
used in this
models
system.
list.
So if you
You
need
can
more
go back
details,
if you need
you
to
have a
add
connection to
something,
the
delete some
data.
or all products, and download them to
Yeah,
your
so
project.
those are two features
When your
we would
list
like
is
to. We are
complete,
right now
you can
working on
click
the bill of
Download
material
All
feature.
button.
So in
No
automated
plugin
way
will
to
add
create this
collected
one
families to
in
your
the
project.
multilingual
Once this is
solution
done,
for
you will be
you.
able to find these models in your project
The
browser.
schedule in Revit is not so complicated, but generally, if you are talking about 29 countries, different languages, it's starting to be complicated. That's why we need some time to prepare this one. We are working on this, and we are expecting to release in the next 1-2 months this feature and other new features as well. But about the new features, as I said, I cannot share with you more details.
Okay.
So I strongly recommend from my side to visit bim.uponor.com and check the platform on your own, and get the impression, as a user. Yeah,
I just typed in the link that Michał just mentioned in the chat window, so bim.uponor.com. I'm from this point, I would like to invite you for the next webinar. We still have some open questions from our viewers. If you still have some more time, we would be happy to answer them. So first question, I think it's more like a question to you, Adam, because it's rather technical. Is the BIM library connected with the Uponor PIM system, or do you have a separate database for maintaining the data?
Okay, so as I said earlier, we have connected to Uponor PIM systems to take the data describing the technical information about the product. But we also have the database within the BIM streamer, which contain the configuration data, which describe how to handle any requirement that Uponor had. So I would say simply both.
Okay. Well, next questions, I think it's more like to Michał. Is floor plan generation and optimization also in your future plan?
Plan floor.
Floor plan generation and optimization also in your future plan.
I don't know if I answered if I understood correct this question, but if the question is about the underfloor heating planning, or yes, so then this is on our plan as well. Yeah.
Okay. Next question from Hugh. Did you need to rebuild your Revit model, or could you reuse the old ones?
Generally, the old one were rebuilt. We have used some of existing one, but generally as I said, we started the development in 2014, and the times changed. So this configuration of the BIM models, way how we created the BIM models, we have changed. That's why it was not so easy to utilize the existing one. Having in mind that we also get the feedback from our partners, what are their requirements, how the BIM models should be created to fulfill the future integration with them. That's why 95% or maybe even more were rebuilt. Of course, this is possible, the utilization, but it depends on the project, I would say, and specific of the products of the manufacturer.
Next question, is it possible to convert generic Revit to Uponor with the plugin?
Once again, if you can... Yeah.
So is it possible to convert generic Revit to Uponor with the plugin? So I think that when it comes to generic, probably it is referred to generic content. That's my...
Yeah. So if the question is about the having the generic design, so like a project with the design with the generic elements and convert to change to the Uponor portfolio, by the plugin right now it is not available. But if this kind of requests, if this kind of needs you have, please contact your BIM responsible guy in your country you can find on the BIM platform. So he will support you, he or she will support you with the answers. But generally, this is something what we are doing as a BIM service. So this is on the request. Right now, by plugin, it is not automated. Next question, probably to Adam. If you change dimensions in eTeamMC in this and then sync to BIM plugin website at CTR, probably also to this BIM portals that Michał you mentioned, does that mean that it will get updated also when it comes to geometry?
Yes, exactly. It's the matter of the source of the data. In this case, the source will be eTeamMC. And according to Uponor at the moment, the source data is BIM system. So it doesn't matter what kind the source data is, but yes, we can change the geometry. Okay. If you have any other questions, feel free to put them into the chat window. And we will, last question. So change at the source and then auto sync and change in BIM library. Yeah, I think that Adam already answered that. Yes, that's correct. Yes, exactly. Okay, so if you have another question, feel free to fill them into the chat window. We will answer them and put them as a comment in next to the recordings at the YouTube of this webinar. This webinar recording will be available in the second part of March, and from this place, I would like to thank you, Michał. I would like to thank you, Adam, for the participation, for the explanation. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. It was a pleasure to share this information. So, yeah, thank you for the invitation. Once again, if anyone is interested in the details, you can reach me out also on LinkedIn. Yeah, so.
And we'll welcome you to participate in our next episode, which is in the second part of March. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye-bye.